Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Inspiration Collaboration Design Team Mystery Envelope Challenge. This month, Katie sent out the mystery envelope and she says, welcome to this month's Mystery Envelope Challenge. Our theme is Spooky Tag Trick or Treat. You'll need to use Spooktacular 6x6 Designer Series paper, embossed tags, black ribbon, and adhesive-backed embellishments such as dots, bats, or ghosts. You may add in the Frightfully Fun Designer Series paper if you have it. And I have the kit using the Frightfully Fun collection, so I'm going to use that. My challenge is to create a scrapbook layout using all the required supplies, plus at least 2 tags, 3 different patterns, a layered embellishment cluster, and 1 hidden surprise somewhere on your page. Okay, so these are the tags that she sent, and she embossed them with an embossing folder that's called Swirls of Magic. It looks so cool. And then there's little tabs that go on those tags, and we've got the Frightfully Fun 6x6 collection. Actually, it's a Spooktacular 6x6 collection with these fun faces on the back of the pattern papers. So that's what she sent us. And then this is the Frightfully Fun scrapbooking kit. So I was thinking I was going to use pattern layout C, but then I pivoted because I want to include a flip flap. So I switched and I'm going to use pattern B. Now this is a new kit, and their Stampin' Up has switched up how they are sending these kits. They are printing the cut instructions on the back of each pattern paper. So the pattern papers are one-sided, and then they've got each piece marked for which layout it goes to, and there are cut lines. So you just cut along those pieces and pull out. I picked all the ones that were for pattern B, and I trimmed all those according to the cut lines, and I have all my pieces in a stack here. Still undecided as to whether I like this new method, but it does make it quick and easy, and if you like to stick to the pattern, then this is for you. Otherwise, you can buy the pattern papers and do your own thing. So I have cut all of these according to the patterns, and I'm going to lay things out. And of course, I'm going to switch some things up because there's one pattern paper that I wasn't too crazy about. So you'll see that in a second. But right now, I'm just going to take all these cut pieces and I'm going to lay them out according to the pattern in the kit. And then I can start switching things up. So let me pull in some more of these cut pieces. So if you're a visual learner, the patterns that are printed in the instructions are really easy to use. They have the exact pattern piece and then measurements vertically and horizontally as to where those pieces lay. And then they gave us some photo placeholders. So it's not Halloween yet, and I don't have Halloween pictures, so I'm going to use the photo placeholders for this particular layout video. So I'm just laying everything out, and then we've got our photo placeholders that we're going to put down. And we'll just go through all of these pieces that were cut out. So this one goes down here, just kind of loosely laying them out just to get organized. So these 2 pieces that have the printed paper with the cats on them, I wasn't crazy about that pattern. So I'm going to use some other things and keep this more of a, I don't know, not monochromatic, obviously, but more streamlined with just the oranges and the red and black and white for my color pattern. So, okay, so we have all our pieces laid out, and then these 2 little pieces are faux ribbons for that cluster that's going to be down there. And I do like the little witch's hat with the cat, so I'm going to use the die cut that's in the kit rather than the sticker because it's a little bit larger, but it's the same design. So these are the cutaways. So I cut all the pieces on the flip side that were used for each of the A, B, and C layouts, and these are the leftovers. So I'm going to pull from these leftovers some patterns to use instead of the cat paper that is part of the original pattern. So I've got the flip side of the cat paper here, and I'm just going to measure and see. So that's about 2 by 6. And I won't be using the same exact measurements, obviously, because these strips are skinnier, but just getting close and just want an idea of what was originally used in the pattern. So I'm going to trim this up. I like this star paper, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 6 inches. And then I'm going to add the black and white star paper to break it up between the background pattern paper that's on that block behind the photos. So I'm going to use this other star pattern that's black stars on white. So I'm going to trim this up and make it a little bit neater. I'll bring in my guillotine trimmer to do that. And so we'll just cut off those little tiny edges and make it look a little bit neater. And then that one I'm going to layer on top. So instead of using one pattern paper for that section, I'm going to use these 2. Something like that. Okay, and then for this other block, let me bring in the original size here. I think it's 3 by 3 because they tucked a lot of it underneath the photo there, so I don't have to use quite so much. And just measuring to be sure. Okay, so I think I want to use this paper here that has the spider webs on it. And I was thinking the pattern paper that's attached to it below the spider webs is the same as the 2 little banner faux ribbon pieces in the bottom right corner that goes underneath the witch's hat. So originally I was going to do that. So we'll go ahead and cut that down, and I'm just going to use 2 whole webs here. Does it go that way? Or no, because it's going to be tucked under. It's going to go that way. Okay. So let me get everything out of the way here, and then surprise, on the other side of this one, it has spiders on it, and I like that better. So happy accident, right? So I'm going to use that instead. Okay, so let me look at some of these 6 by 6 papers that Katie sent. And I'm thinking I want to do a flip flap with one of these faces on the other side. And I like Dracula here, so still deciding, and I don't want to bring the green in, so I'm going to go with Dracula. So let's cut him down to 4 inches so that he will fit in a flip flap. So when you flip the flap over, you'll have a surprise element of Dracula on the other side. So then I can stack an extra 6 by 4 photo on that stack there. I want to make sure. No, let's see. Let's just cut him down to 4 inches tall and see how he looks. And we'll trim him down. I wasn't sure if I was going to wind up cutting all his hair off, and I want to keep most of his face there. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, Dracula it is. He's going there, and then we'll slide him into a flip-flap. And that will go on the top of my page protector. If you've never used flip-flaps before, there's an adhesive element, and you just fold it over and stick that side down on top of your page protector after you're all done. So it'll go like that. Okay, so we'll send that out of the way. And these are all the die cut pieces that come with the kit. And on the flip side of the die cut pieces is the letter for the layout that it corresponds to. So I cut out all of the B pieces, and this web will go here. And I strategically placed adhesive off camera. I glued all this stuff down, and some pieces are popped on foam tape and some are direct. And I left some parts empty underneath so that I could intentionally so that I could slide these other elements under corners. And then I wouldn't have to pick so many pieces back up after I'd adhered them. Okay, so that's the larger cat and witch's hat that I'm going to use. And then the two faux ribbon pieces. And this is one of the cats and a cat. Not crazy about those guys. I'll use them on something else. They're cute, but I don't want them on this layout. I want this layout to have more of a spooky feel to it. So I'm going with the spider webs and spiders. So, okay, so we've got our little journal block and some of the stars. All right, so now I decided to pull another spider web sticker because this one hasn't been used for any of the layouts. It's extra. So I'm going to use that. And then this is a little dotted line that you can cut to whatever length for your spider, creating his little web and dangling down. So I'll cut that later. Then we have a sticker tab. I've cut these out of from the carrier sheet, and I've left a backing on so that I can move things around. Makes things a little bit easier. So this other web I'm going to tuck underneath the witch's hat in that corner there, so that I'll have a few spider webs on the left page and the right page. Okay, so this die set is called Web of Fun, and I've cut some elements out using black cardstock. So I have another web and then another spider. So he can sit right there. And then I have a boo element as well. And we'll just let it rest there for a minute. Now these are the tags that Katie sent. So I have left an open area underneath this photo placeholder that I've attached it with foam tape, so I've left an open area underneath so I can slide those tags under that area. So these are the faux ribbon pieces that are part of the scrapbook kit, and I'm just going to cut them at an angle and get them glued down underneath in that little embellishment cluster. So we'll add them. So I attempted to use the iridescent black ribbon that Katie sent, and it's not great for small pieces like this size here because it kept fraying and just disintegrating in my hands. So I am not going to use that ribbon. I got too frustrated with it. So I added these little tabs to the end of the tags that Katie sent. And then I'm creating some faux ribbon ends with this same pattern paper. It's the same as what's on the lower right corner. And I've cut it vertically to make them a little bit smaller to fit that area because they're right on the edge of the layout there. So we'll go ahead and do the orange tag, and then I'll do the black one off camera. So just adding these two little ends here to make that tag look finished. And then I added the boo to the orange tag. So when you pull it out, you'll see boo. So that's another hidden embellishment and surprise element. Okay, so I have everything glued down. And so I'm looking at my numbers and odd and the magic of 3. So we've got some of the swirls and stars. We've got 3 on one page. We've got 5 webs all together and 3 spiders. So I think we're good. Okay, so these are the little strip embellishments. And so instead of putting some word strips over on the left page, I've got the tags there instead. And so I'm just going to kind of move them around, and I'm just choosing a few various wordy bits. Off camera, I'll add some foam tape underneath those edges. And we're good to go there. Okay, so let's add some more stars, and then I'm going to go back to my sticker sheet and pull some more of the stars. Lots of little embellishments on this layout. Keep your eye moving, and I think it's kind of fun. So we're going to add lots of these stars, and then the embellishments that Katie sent. These are super cute. We've got little bats and little ghosts. And then there's also black and white dots. So we've got our ghosts, and then I'm going to add a bunch of little black dots all around. Just to add some fun and movement to the layout. And then I went to get more from my stash and add lots of little black dots all around. Super cute. So I'll put a playlist at the end of this video. Make sure you check out the rest of the Inspiration Collaboration design team's layouts. And there will be a link in the description as well, and you can find their videos. And that's how that flip flap will work, and then the tags with the boot. So I'll pull these a little closer to the camera. I will make a list of all the supplies that I used with links, so that if you are interested in the kit, or if you would just like the paper and stickers and all the other supplies that are part of this layout, you'll be able to purchase those. And here's a closer look of the finished layout. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.